Hello everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Carol Diane. I'm Diane. It's a nice, sunshiny Colorado day. We've had 3 days of solid rain. Today, even though the sun's out later this afternoon, we're supposed to get more sprinkles. So I'm going to make a nice soup today that it's one of those that just kind of stays with you. You know, it's a creamy soup and it'll stick to your tummy and make you feel all warm and cozy and nice for fall, because we are definitely in fall. I hope you've had a good week and weekend. So today I thought I'd just jump right in and showing you this easy little recipe of making a good hearty broccoli, cheese, and potato soup. That's what it's going to be today. And just a couple of little ingredients that you'll need, really. So I'm going to start with, I have a pan over here with some water, and I'm going to steam my vegetables. Now, you don't have to steam your vegetables. You can go ahead and put them in water and boil them that way if you don't have a steamer. Works both ways, really, it does. But today, I'm going to start with, I have some broccoli and some nice farm fresh potatoes and about 3 carrots. So I'm going to start with that. What do I do with that? Well, first things first. First I'm going to start with the potatoes. So take a potato, take the skin off of it, rinse, wash your potatoes very well. These I had to wash very well because I said they came right out of the fields from the farmer's market. And gosh, they smell good. They have the outside of it still has that dirt smell to it, which is good. It's not gonna hurt you a bit, which is really good. So take the potato, and then we want to take it where it is. I'll take this off right quick. It's hot, ready to go for me. So take the potato, and you're going to cut it long ways. See if I can move my camera back just a little bit so you can see the board here of what I'm doing. Take it long ways and then just start dicing them up. You don't want them too small, and yet you don't want them too big either. So I'm going to say about like that, just kind of bite size, really bite size. And all that is going to go over here and start cooking and steaming away and getting soft. Now, if you like your potatoes and your broccoli and the carrots really, really soft for a soup, then cook it quite a little while. Otherwise, cook it, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes should do the trick. And then we can get started on the other things here in just a minute. Anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a carrot, which is washed and peeled of the outer skin, and then I'm going to cut mine on a diagonal length, if I can talk today, which looks like that. I think it just makes it look prettier in the pot of soup, for one, and then when you get it onto your bowl, it just looks pretty in there. It really does. It looks very inviting for you to even eat the soup. That's going in there, and I'll finish the other ones in a minute. And then the broccoli, again, washed very well. I'm going to take it where I cut it up. If you don't like the harder part of the broccoli stem, you can certainly omit that. You don't have to have that in there. And then you want to just cut that up again until it's just smaller chunks. It'll break up on its own in the soup, it really will. I'm going to go ahead and leave mine in because I like them. I really do. I have 2 pretty good size, well, medium size, I guess, heads of the broccoli. So I'll go ahead and put that in. And put the lid back on after I get the other ones done. And like I said, let that cook until it's pretty tender. You know, I would say that you could stick a knife or a meat fork in there and know that, yeah, I like it just like that. And then I'll come back and show you what I'm gonna put in this pan. All right, now we're on to see what I put in this pan. So I've started with a medium-sized onion that I have started to dice up very small. And into this pan, you're gonna need about 4 tablespoons of butter. So I'll go right there on my stick, get it into the pan. Turn your pan on low, you don't want it to burn. Put your butter in there and start getting that nice melted. And cut up the rest of that onion small. Little teeny tiny bite-sized onion. About probably half a cup of minced onion. That in there. Try not to get it all over your stove like I do mine. All the time. All the time I get it everywhere. And then take a good, tablespoon of minced garlic. Put that in there. And take about, I'm going to say a half a teaspoon. So if you were to measure it, of paprika. You can add a little bit more if you like. Get that swished around. And some black pepper. Just a pinch or two of the black pepper. You can always add your seasonings later as the soup continues. When I'm looking at my vegetables here, they're steaming and coming right along, but I can tell just by putting the spoon on the carrots, they're not quite done yet. They really aren't. They have a little bit more to go. So again, we just want to cook this. Cook it. And turn my fire up just a little bit more here to get it going. And you just cook those down until they look kind of that transparent color. I'll let all that cook for a minute and be right back. All right, I'm back to check on the onions. You want those onions nice and soft. Nothing worse than a soup, I think, than to have a hard onion that you've bitten into. And that looks pretty good. Okay. It's just cooked down nice. All right, what else do I add to this now? I'm going to add, if I can get it open, it's about 4 cups or a full box of just some stocks. I'm using the chicken stock. So I'm going to pour that in now, the whole thing. The whole thing. 1 full box. If you have homemade stock, that would be even better. Of chicken stock. Okay, dogs are outside barking at the next door neighbor's little puppy dog. It's life at my house, it really is. 1 chicken bouillon cube. Take that and put in there. Then you put that lid right back on your pot. Bring it back up to pretty good heat and let that continue to cook now, to simmer, while these are still getting soft. They're almost there. And then I'll show you the final step of making this nice soup. All right, my vegetables are pretty soft right now. So now I'm gonna walk over to my sink and I'm gonna drain the water out of the pot here that made the steam. And then I'm going to show you the next step, because you're going to need a Dutch oven size pot to put all of this in. So hang on while I do that and come right back. All right, now I know it might seem a little crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and take what's in this pot and pour it into this pot. mainly because my pot, this pan is not big enough for what I'm doing. I'll set that aside. I'll bring this a little closer to us here. Turn the heat off on that and make sure this one is still going. Now, what to add to this? A couple more ingredients. Not many. This is now hot because you've let it sit there and simmer while the vegetables have continued to cook. And what do we need in here? Now we need to pour 3 cups of milk. Now you can use heavy cream, half and half if you have that in your house, but really just regular milk into this. 3 cups of that. Then you're gonna add what's called media crema table cream. This is the cream part if you didn't have cream in your house. I have the half and half, but I think I'm pretty low on my heavy cream. This stuff is what makes it really good. Add that to it. It's what brings out the flavor and makes it creamy. Really it is. Now we need to thicken this up a little bit. So I'm gonna take a whisk and I'm gonna add anywhere between 5 to 6 tablespoons of cornstarch in here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and let me stir it around. Like I said, you've got to have the heat on this. And then I'll go 4, 5. Start with that. Once you get it back up to a temperature, don't go high because you don't want to scorch the bottom part. You don't want to burn your soup. You just want to thicken it. Get it nice and thick. Not real thick, but creamy. Just creamy. And that shouldn't take too long if your fire is up where it's supposed to be. So I'll clean up my mess and come right back. All right, next step. While this is still doing its thing of thickening, I had a little extra bacon the other day that I cooked. Now, you can put this right in the recipe. I like to take the bacon. Actually, I just kind of do it like this. Chop it up here. This is just what I'm going to use for garnishment on the top when I put it in the serving bowl. Anytime you have any bacon, just 1, maybe 2 slices left over, and you think, well, what do I do with that? Because you were too full to eat it at the time. Put it in a soup or put it on top of something. So I'll just set this in my little bowl here, because that's going to go a little bit later. I'll set this aside. All right. Yes, that's a lot better. Now take a good, 2-3 cups of just some shredded sharp cheddar cheese. I got mine the other day at what's called Sprouts. Put that in there. Again, try not to get it all over your stove like I do mine. I'm going to say about half this bag. Which this particular bag is 32 ounces of the cheese. Stick that in there. Again, watch your temperature that you're not scorching the bottom of your pan. And then now it's time that you can add all those wonderful vegetables over here. Stick them in. That's not too bad. It was pretty hot when I first did it. Now we're going to stick these in. And like any soup, you know, you can walk away now and let it simmer and get really hot the way you like it. Stick this over in the sink. Clean up my mess here. One thing about a glass stovetop, it cleans up so easy. It really does. Oh, that's coming together very, very nicely. Let me try to see if I can show a close-up of that. Let's see here. Isn't that right there? Yeah, I like that. I do like that. All right, so now I'm going to let that kind of get warm a little bit. I mean, it's pretty warm as it is, but I just want it to kind of blend and get all into everything. It's looking so good. It's the consistency of what I want. I said I don't want to get it burned in any way. I'll let that sit for, I don't know, probably 10, maybe 15 minutes, about 10 really, before I put it in a bowl. And then I'll show you how that tastes in just a second. All right, I'm ready to test my soup out. Grab you any kind of a bowl. I brought out my fall set today. Yep, this is the golden wheat. I like pretty dishes. And when I find a set, and this one was no exception, this one is called Century Service Corporation Autumn Gold. And I really like it. I really do. And I found most all of the pieces to it, so I bought it the other day, and I'm going to enjoy this for fall. I really am. I thought I'd bring out and have, and I still may, of my Franciscan of the Apple design, but I don't know, this just caught my eye, and it's like I got to take you home. Let's try my soup. Now, if you find on your soup that it's becoming just a little bit too thick, go ahead and add either some more stock to it or some water. Water is fine too, or some more milk. Now this is a nice hearty soup. Take those bacon bits and sprinkle on top. And this is where now you can add the salt and pepper of your choice as far as how much you want. And let's just try a little bite here to tell you. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that. Really. This is going to hit the spot today. I wanted something that would stay with me for quite a while today, you know, as far as has all the ingredients in there. There is no meat in this. This is more of a vegetable type of soup, but creamy and good. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my soup. And in the mail, I bought the Ancient Remedies Press, the Natural Healing Handbook. It looks like this. Why? Has a whole bunch of goodies in here that I would like to try. On page 60 is one of them. And it has all kinds of, in fact, when we get to page 60. Page 60. Mostly because I grow herbs in my greenhouse. So see, it'll show you the particular herb, like rosemary, and what it's used for. I'm on to this one of pain relief because of an upcoming surgery. So I think this is going to work out just fine. If you have this book, great. If you haven't, order it. Like I said, the Natural Healing Handbook. Simple recipes and remedies for every condition. Well, that would be for me too, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Please go try this soup. I think you will enjoy it. This is from my kitchen to yours. I don't know what I'll be cooking next, but you've been watching Cooking with Carol Diane, and I'm Diane. Go have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.